this, you don't really need to use a tape. I just chose to use tape.
Oh, you're drawing.
This would be a close-up.
Wow. Yay.
Well,
Hey guys, I'm back and I'm front.
I am still okay. I'm still capable of it. Yeah. Sigh.
Alright, so for today's video, what you will need is pretty simple. A pencil of your choosing and an eraser. So let's begin. Firstly, you want to get an idea of what the space that you're going to use. For me, I'm gonna make a bit of a box so I know exactly where I want my flower to fall on my page. Yes. So you get yourself a mini box right here, nice, perfect-ish, to create the shape of the flower that you want. For when you're drawing a rose, it's not exactly like clear cut how the petals will be. So what I would say is go around with some relatively jagged shapes, right? Of course, you yourself can, and these shouldn't be too planned. They should be relatively loose because you don't want to spend too much time on them. By the way, pardon my voice because I'm a bit sick, so some of my words might not come out as clear as they should, or if they do, then that's just great. Anyways, so yeah, you end up with something that looks kinda like this. Yeah, kinda crushed up paper, but yeah, now that you have a shape, I guess, you can proceed to erase the box because you don't need it anymore. There. Now, having your shape already, you will now proceed to go a bit from the outside inward. Yeah. But before we do that, let's get ourselves a next shape inside so we get that mini part of the flower that isn't fully as open yet. So for this, I'm gonna do something similar to a bell that would be inside of it. And as you can see, my lines are still pretty loose, so you don't really have to get like all intricate or anything with it. See, that's pretty much it. For this tutorial, what I'm doing is that I'm gonna work from the outside inwards. You can choose any corner you choose, but you prefer, but I prefer working from this side, this angle I guess, going towards the bell, and from the bell then going back outwards, if you get what I'm saying. So that would be out, I hope you can actually see that, in, and then out again. See, we're gonna erase that sometime soon, so yeah. So let's start off with the shape of the first petal. Now you go up and you make like a bit of a triangular-ish shape. Again, this is a rose, so it's a natural thing. It's not gonna have geometric shapes all over the place. And that will be basically the shape of the first outer petal that we're going to draw. Having this, we now know exactly where the inside petals will start from. Well, the inside little bell shaped thing will start from. So let's start it. I want a bit of a curve right here, and then a next curve for like a bit of like a fold or like a pull-up kind of shape thing. I don't know how you describe it, but that's what I'm looking for it right here. That's what I'm trying to get, and that is what I have right here. Of course, I don't recommend you making your lines this dark, but because the paper is gray, I'm trying to ensure you can see exactly what I'm doing on the page, because you know I can't see the camera, so it's like, yeah. Anyways, now we're gonna go back with a similar shape as we did for right here, but not exactly similar in terms that we're gonna do a next organic kind of thing with a lot of little rip kind of shapes where it's not fully perfectly curved and all. So we're gonna have it like this, and I want it to go a bit off from the bell shape, mainly because I want to take up the space a bit more. So yeah, we're gonna come back inside again, go like that. I want a bit more like a couple tears or indentations all over the place. So yeah, that is the shape that my mind believes it should look like. We can erase a couple of this, get rid of some of the lead or graphite or whatever. I don't remember what the part thing is, but whatever. But yeah, and there we have 2 petals. Now for the rest that will be inside, they'll kind of follow this how did you find it? Let's turn it like this so you can see what the shape will be exactly. Hopefully you can still see that. But yeah, kind of like a kimono kind of thing is gonna go on right here. That's the best way I can describe it. So we're gonna have one that goes here, one curve that is going inwards. Oh, shouldn't cross it, but touch it. So one curve going inwards to the petal that we drew for the bell, and another coming from there going outwards. So yeah, that is the shape that we're pretty much gonna abide by for the rest of the inside. We're gonna have a bit of it folding over, as you see right here, which is why you can actually see these parts. Well, not this, these parts. They'd be like where the petal would fold over. Now we're gonna go again for here, have a bit of a fold over on this part, but not too much, because I mean you don't really need it to fold completely over, because we're gonna fold here again. So yeah, now we're gonna try and connect it with the shape of the bell. That's what I did on that side. Sorry. So technically, if you didn't have these folded over parts, you'd still kind of see the bell shape coming through, if you get what I'm saying. Now we're gonna continue doing that pretty much for the rest of this part. So I'm gonna just put the inside up until we get to the deeper cores of the inside, which will be somewhere right here. I'm gonna just do the rest of this in time lapse. So yeah. Alright, so here we are again. We have all of this right here. These are just some other petals. They don't really have foldovers. So now we're gonna get into that little inner shape, and it's a bit more detailed, I guess you could say, because it still follows the same kimono style shape. Because unlike with these parts where everything is going outwards, for here everything will be going inwards. So now we're gonna go back to that same kimono style thing. Gonna get one of these and a bit of a fold over kind of vibe, but I want this petal to be a bit longer, so I'm gonna connect it. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make this one connect with the one that would go around for right there, as to save me a bit more time. Feel free to change up whatever you want to change as to accommodate the size or whatever shape you drew exactly, if you didn't follow the tutorial exactly. But yeah, so to do that, to have it kind of overlap, not really overlap, but join with the other petal, you'd leave a bit of a space. I'm not sure if you can see it, so let me try and zoom in. Here, a bit of a space, so you can just connect it and it would still look like it's a part of it. Yeah. Now, from the space that we drew, we're gonna draw the next petal. Again, it's from this side, so you won't really see any folding over of anything. I'm gonna carry this one all the way around so it kind of coils in, and I'm gonna stop it wherever it meets the next petal, which is right here. And I'm gonna draw in a curve, an outwards curve, I guess. I don't know how you. This. I'm doing this right here, that, but here. Why? Because I want it to still look as though it's coming from somewhere inside, like a deeper bell-ish shape, but not exactly bell, because bells aren't really shaped like that. But yeah. And we're coming into the final part of the middle, where we're gonna do one petal here, just a bit of like a triangular shape, and we're just gonna put in a couple petals inside and one internal petal right there. There. Now we have the inside of the rose, and now having finished outside and inside, we can just go and complete everything that is left for the outside. Now for the outside, you are pretty much following the same rules that applied for this. So yes. Now we're gonna try and connect it to the bell shape, because remember, the bell shape is still a part of the flower. So unless our next petal is covering it, we can't get away with saying that it's just there. So we're gonna continue similar shapes to this and to what we did earlier, the sketched out thing that we did earlier.